Hey, this is Joey with Grappone Automotive, and today I'm coming to you with a walk around. What are we going to walk around? That thing, 2019 Mazda CX5. Come on. All right, let's pop the hood of this baby. Boop. So you'll notice under the hood of the 2019 Mazda CX5 Signature Edition that it's got a differentiating factor from all the other trim levels besides the Grand Touring Reserve. So in those two trim levels, you're going to find this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, which puts out around 250 horsepower and about 310 foot-pounds of torque, which is going to launch you to 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. This emblem here is not just for looks, it's going to be your sensing technology within the car. So this is all functional. Well, it does look good. Here we've got LED headlamps. All of the lights on this model are going to be LED. So the interior lights, there's a light in the glove box, these headlights, turn signals, all of the lights on this vehicle are LED, which is good in my personal opinion because LED draws less electricity, which is going to produce a little bit more power for your car over the long haul. If you look at the old halogen bulbs, they were drawing more electricity from the battery, which took energy away from the engine. So along the side of the 2019 Mazda CX5 Signature Edition, you're going to find 19-inch alloy rims mounted with all-season Toyo tires. These rims haven't changed the past couple of years, but as you can see in this nice sunset, still look good. So we continue down the side of the car. You'll notice that these mirrors are in, and I didn't do that manually. All you got to do, one touch of a button, your mirrors will retract and detract. Is that the phrase? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know this. So if you look, you saw this flash. This is actually going to flash. You've got the side-mounted turn signals. Pretty standard in luxury vehicles nowadays. Continuing to the back half of the car, you're going to notice if you paid attention at all to 2018, 2017, hasn't changed much, but you'll notice this little badge right here, Signature all-wheel drive. The Signature trim only comes in all-wheel drive, and the only way to get a turbo is also if you purchase all-wheel drive. So that's worth mentioning. You're going to find a dual exhaust. Let me just check something here. And while it is not a true dual exhaust, it looks pretty cool. You'll notice the rear view sensors here. We've got the rear view camera mounted here, pretty standard for most vehicles nowadays, as it's a requirement by law to have a rear view camera. And both these taillights, as with all the lights in the car, are LED. Taillights are off, taillights are on, brakes are applied, and we've got a right turn signal. Reverse. One thing that's also worth noting, open. Oh, that's all I want. That's all I want. Just press the button. All you gotta do. Then you press it again, goes right back down. So you open up the trunk, fairly easy. You look inside and you see a lot of space, typical of mid-size SUVs of this class. I mean, this vehicle tends to stand out amongst its competitors just because of the sheer luxuriousness of it. But let's fold these seats down. Oh wait, all I need to do, I don't need to reach all the way in there. I can just hold this lever right here and it'll push the seats down. Has that on both sides, we'll reach over here. All the seats are down. Now you've got 60 square feet of cargo area. That's pretty impressive for this vehicle, honestly. So if we look at the floor, you've got this nice flat area. You'll notice a couple pull tabs, cargo, little area. There's another one on that side over there. And we're going to take a look underneath. And you'll notice your spare tire, all your tools needed if an emergency happens, as well as this contraption right here. This is actually going to be your 10th speaker, your subwoofer. And this thing is pretty loud. It's got a nice sound system, Bose 10-speaker sound system, and the subwoofer is located on the tire, so you can save space on the inside of the vehicle, so you get more cargo space. So let's pull all this stuff back. Let's get this back here. And let's take a look at inside. There's a button. All right. Wow. This isn't bad. Nice and roomy for this size car. I'm 6'2". I've got no problems. I got plenty of room. Seats are nice and soft. This is good. So yeah, so if you look at the back, you'll see this brown Nappa leather. This is throughout the car. You'll see the ventilation in the seats as well. This brown Nappa leather is only available in the Signature trim. So if you like the look of this, which I do, you're gonna want this trim level. If you take a look, you have your own personal air climate control down here. You also, moving up to the armrest, you say, okay, that's pretty good. But it does not just an armrest with cup holders. It's an armrest that controls your heated seats in the back. That's right, in the back. That's a very big feature for one of these vehicles. And now open up this little compartment, and you're gonna be greeted with two USB 2.1A. So you're gonna actually get the fast charging capabilities in this back seat. So whether you're on a trip with your children, you're gonna see that they're probably not gonna bother you because all their devices are charged all the time, ready to go. Above my head, I mean, at 6'2", I don't have any problems. Typically, if I get in the back of a smaller car, I'm gonna be hitting my head. Obviously, I can do it if I wanted to, but this is me, comfortable, relaxed. I've also got a longer torso than legs, so I'm a little bit, not misproportioned, but I'm shaped a little differently than most people, I suppose. You've got your dome lights, they're LED. All the lights are LED. I keep saying that, but they are. You got your pockets, typical of any car. You close the door. All of the windows are one touch. So even in the back seat, I know that's a pet peeve of mine when I get in vehicles and I start pushing it, it doesn't go all the way down. I don't know what it is, but it's just something nice about just being able to press a button and not even think about it. They call that almost a cup holder because you could put a cup in there, but I probably wouldn't advise like a big gulp or something like that. It's just gonna spill everywhere and ruin your nice brown Nappa leather. Let's hop in the front. We got the key. Push start. Now we're sitting in the cockpit of the 2019 Mazda CX-5 Signature Edition, and already you get kind of the first impression that this is not the Mazda that you grew up with. Let me tell you that. So we've got the Nappa leather scattered throughout the vehicle. We got the nice soft touch dash. We've got real wood finish in this vehicle as well, which is a nice touch. If you look at the door over here, you're gonna see the same soft touch material. They're gonna have highlights of Nappa leather, as well as, you know, accented handles, little accented pieces. We look over here, we've got controls for all of the windows, all one touch, as I mentioned earlier, in the back of the vehicle, except you've got control for all of the windows up here. You can lock the windows. You've got the control for the side mirrors. But if you look and you turn it all the way, you actually close the side mirrors, which is a pretty cool feature. You know, you can press the button on the outside or you can flip them all the way on the inside. We've got nice full sunroof up here. We can put that back, but it is extremely hot and I'm probably not gonna do that to myself. To the rear view mirror, if you look at this rear view mirror actually, it's gonna be a bezel-less rear view mirror. It's got this really interesting kind of tinted look to it almost, but it looks very premium when you're in the vehicle. You've got the 7-inch Infotainment System, as they call it, which has Android Auto, it has Apple CarPlay. It's got all your features that you're gonna want. You've got Bluetooth, Sirius XM, anything you could really want in a vehicle as far as infotainment goes, this probably has it. We look at the dash over here, you're gonna notice a lot of this stuff actually doesn't have anything to do with the infotainment, it's all climate control. You've got the heated seats up front. You've got the ventilated seats up front, which is a great feature for times like right now. I can feel myself getting cooler already. Control the strength of it with the touch of a button. You've got your shifter. It's got a nice heft to it. You pull it all the way down into drive, or you can slide it over into manual. You've got your sport toggle right here. If you look over here, you've actually got your Mazda control here. So this is going to control your infotainment system. Mazda doesn't have a thing for touchscreens. They actually want you to spend more time looking at the road, obviously, not fiddling with your touchscreen. So all the infotainment features can be accessed on these little knobs here. Open up the center console. You've got a little tray for, I don't know, coins, small things. So you're gonna have the standard car charger port. You're gonna have the 2 USB ports. You're gonna have an auxiliary port, and you're gonna actually have an SD card port here, and it comes with an SD card. Pretty nifty. 16 gigs. Close that up. Close the armrest. Let's take this for a spin. First impressions driving it, this thing has got quite a bit of power, especially from the midsize SUV range. With that turbocharged engine, this thing goes, and I want to take it somewhere so I can just, I mean, I can't really show you the acceleration, but maybe I can do it here. We're going uphill, and that thing, it does put me a little bit back in my seat. So one thing I noticed about this when driving it, it has the kind of sport pedal feel, so this pedal's not coming from above, it's coming up from the floor. Also, just the feel of the steering is pretty tight. It's got, you can definitely tell this is a higher trim level of the Mazda CX-5 just by how it accelerates, how it steers. The steering wheel feels good. It actually is a heated steering wheel. So you press that button right there. You put the sunroof back. You put all the windows up. Turn the music down. And just drive. And this thing is quiet. You know, there's a nice note from the exhaust, but it's not overwhelming. And it definitely won't get in the way of your Bose sound system that you can find in this vehicle. You have a 10-speaker Bose sound system. It gets really loud. It is clear, the audio quality is great, and as I mentioned before when we were walking around the vehicle, the subwoofer is actually located in the spare tire, which is an interesting choice and definitely saves space. It doesn't really detract from any of the sound quality, in my opinion. Man, it is definitely a lot darker outside than it was when we left. Anyways, that took a lot longer than expected. But that was our walk around of the 2019 Mazda CX-5 Signature trim level. Now I'm using my rear view mirror to safely back this bad boy up, put it in park, and we will see you on the next walk around.